Okay, so let me just change. I'm going to use old fashioned trading profit and loss account, so I'll be able to do this stuff fast. Um, yes, trading profit and loss. I'm renaming it now. I'll use this in simplistic way. Some formulas I'll program down so that when I'm writing the numbers, it will be happening. When some numbers programming, I might not really have time, so I'll just be doing it as it's going. Okay, so let's start with the basics of trading profit and loss account. That is the first part. So opening stock is what I have in mind. Okay, mistake. I don't want to debit that side. I'm sure debit the side would be, or let me even just remove the debit as a whole. Just put Naira sign. Let me see whether I have it in insert there. I think I should insert. I think I should see it in insert. With number format. Okay, this currency. Oh, you know what? Let's just leave that whole thing. Let me see if I can still get it. You'll get it if I just kind of leave it, right? I think if I put N, you'll understand. So let me go back. Let me don't stress myself about this little thing. I'm just going to put N, okay? So I'm putting N now. N exactly, Master Chima. So another N again. Here we go. So yeah, opening stock. First things first. Yes. So don't worry. Some formulas I'll program is the ones that I not remember that was just so that is opening stock. Yes, after opening stock is purchases or something. Okay, now I'm scrolling down. Sorry, now I'm doing it from scratch, so I have to start thinking. I'm just doing it with my head. So, programming. Yes, that should be the part where I'll first of all total. I just want to add two things. Well, I'll total the normal. This thing. No, I put A is wrong. A is for letters. So I'm going to change that to B. Equals to, remember all formula distance out equals to, so equals to B, so you can see it's selected there, plus B3. Since there are two, is 0 because I've not written any number there, right? So immediately I put number there, it calculates it immediately. There now should be purchases. Then below it, I think I should put something like, I don't remember if I'm even correct, but carriage. I think carriage inward. When you purchase, you carry it inward, right? Yeah, I think it's added. It's return outward is to less. So carriage inward. Yes, I remember. If I remember correctly, carriage outward is the one that is an expense. Carriage inward is normal trading material. So carriage inward, yes. Okay, so let me come down. After this, we should have closing stock. I almost write less closing stock. That's why I saw the L. Okay, let me just put sales here first. Sales. Then I want return. So no, I'm making a mistake somewhere. Net sales should be down. So I'm going to change it now to return inwards. Yeah, that's return inwards. Something they return to you. That's all. It's return inwards. I'm not teaching. I'm trying to remember. Sorry, my head is paining me this period. So I've done that. Yeah, that is net sales now. So you get it from what I'm doing. Remember, it's a programming we're doing, not teaching you accounting. I could have designed it like with the T format and everything. Although all those things you are seeing, all those cells will still be there. So when you want to print it, so anyway, so you can see that I programmed that net sales already to be minus, right? So closing stock. After closing stock, right, we'll less it. I remember, yes, we less it. So it will be F5, which is that amount, that total D minus. No, no, A is still the letters on. Mistake is B, not A. Sorry, I usually forget. Like I said, I'm in a hurry. So we'll do it as B, not A. So B, 5 minus B6. I'm going to edit that now. B6 is going to be whatever we get there now in that A5. Automatically, I will put closing talk to minus to get an answer. We'll put it there, okay? And now that we've done this, I wish I can go for commercial break and time. That is cost of goods sold, right? So from this cost of goods sold now, we just go to gross profit. So remember, your gross profit will be minus your cost of goods sold. Sorry, your cost of goods, your net sales minus your cost of goods sold, right? So I'm going to program it that way. Now, since your net sales is, you can see it D4, so equals to D4 minus, and your cost of goods sold is what? B, the digit side is B7. So mistake, I'll turn it to B7 right now. No mistake. Exactly. B7. I'll turn it to B7. It's making. Okay, so now that you see that it's Okay, you can see this program now. It's showing zero. Remember, because I've not put in any digits yet. Excel, until you put in a number, I'm just programming it down. So that's what I'm going to do. That's why I'll start putting in the digits. It's not everything I'll program down. Even down, I'll change that gross. Okay, the gross profit is correct. Whatever I get here should be the same with the net sales. Remember, it will be equal. Just to add it, so that will be D4. Although I think I'll just put equals to D4. Although there's another way to do it. No, I might later do it the other way later. Like I might do equals to, because since it's addition, to confirm that it will be the same thing. What is the need if it will be the same thing to put equals to again? To show that the calculation is correct, I could just put gross profit for cost of goods sold, which is A7 plus A8. I'll do that later, sure. Let's just continue now. So go to the next side. That side is supposed to be, what is there again? Expenses, right? So there we have expenses. Exactly. So I'm writing it there. You can see I selected it just now. Expenses. So fuel, which other aspect? Let's say transportation, right? Okay. Then we go to the next one. I'm thinking rent. There are many of them. Let's just end it. There's sundry and there's general expenses, right? We put it there. Then we total it, right, as total expense. I'm doing the basic way. Obviously, you know a better way to do this thing. It's just exhaustive. So I'm to total it now. The expenses there is A11, B11, right? Let's see. So if I do my calculations correctly, I believe that is B11 to B15. How about I make a mistake when I'm writing this? Okay, you know what? Let me don't run and write. Let me look at the other side where I'll put my gross income. I don't want to deal with gross profit just as gross profit. I want to deal with gross income. I mean, I'll add other income doing that profit or loss side. So income received. Let's see. I might add commission. No, let me add commission. Commission received. If I put commission received now, so what happens next? Let's see. Gross income, right? If we add all this to gross profit. So from there now, remember, I'm not teaching you. You're my boss, best accountant. So am I to teach? I just want to. You get the idea. So let's break this thing. Remember, it's just programming we're doing now. I'm not even programming it well yet. So, and why the programming is good, look like it's a waste of time. Except maybe when you want to do another work and you want to use the same thing, you can just copy, paste, and then change. But it's already programmed, change the numbers. If it's different from the other numbers, finish. That is just it. And anything they add, like expenses or the rest, you add, finish. But now that I've seen that side now here, I know that this side will be, remember, this side I have to use, so I'll say B11, right? Okay, I want to sum it. I want to put all of that at once. So I'll do equals to sum B11 colon. Remember, when I do it like that, it's summing everything that I'm selecting, colon B15, which means it's summing from B11. You can see it's selected to B15. I close my bracket. Then you can see it becomes 0 automatically because I've not added those things. Even if I do auto sum, it's the same thing. Auto sum is still in that option side. Don't worry, if you do it this way, it's still good. Then remember now, it will be same as your gross profit, gross income, right? So that equals to D13. They say another way of doing this. Okay, yeah, I'm trying to do the normal total expenses, right? So total equals to. So never mind. Let's just make it. You know, that other one I did was that calculation for net profits, meaning D14, which was gross income. You get the idea. D13, sorry, minus total expenses. So now this is going to be the total everything, right? Which means I can say equals to D13. This is everything will still be the same with that gross income. Or I can just add it with my normal total expenses plus net profit, which is equals to B16, right? Plus B17. You can see that is what I'm doing. It makes more sense that way. In fact, let me go back to that my up where I also had that total. But first thing, yeah, I'll just equals to this is the same D13, right? Then I go up. Let me correct that one. It's still correct, but in case to show that the thing is supposed to be correct on when I added it, not just duplicating. I'll just put stop duplicating the now. I'll just put A this thing. Actually, the answer will still be the same. And plus A8, A7 plus A8. Sorry, B7. I made a mistake there. I'll go and correct that now because of B7 plus B8. You know what? However, let's start. Any mistake I make, remember I promise to correct it. So let's see. Opening stock, let's just give it 10,000, right? Purchases, let's see. Let's say 200,000. 2 million. 2 million. Let's give it 2 million. Okay, then carriage inward. Carriage inward. What is the tip of my mind? 90 that enter. Let's say 50 or 500. Okay, 5,000. I like that. Let me leave it there. You can see it calculated already to that. Then okay, so okay. So can have so I think I made a mistake in the calculation on that side, but you can see calculations are working, right? So if I add this 10,000 stuff, 10,000, right? Okay, 250,000, right? In return, you can see it has less it to nail sales. And you can see what happened. Those numbers I programmed down, they have started their own calculation. That value, so I remember I made a mistake. I put A instead of B, so I'm going to correct it now. I said some calculation I'll be doing or correcting along the way. So you can see now it has come back. Even when I add it, see the same 475, which is in that side. Now coming to this side, let me give these expenses and gross income stuff their own amount, right? Let's say gross profit. Remember now it's the same thing as what we had there in A and B8, right? So I'm just going to put it equals to B8. Then come to income. So let's just give figures. Let's say equals to, sorry, not equals to 14,000. Equals to is when you want to actually calculate or write formulas. Commission received, let's say 210,000. Gross income. Now if you add all of this, now remember I not even put that in. So some gross profit sell to the commission, which is D10 to D12, right? And D10 colon D12. And you see what it will show me. You can see it has summed that already. I believe my net profit will be bigger. Oh, you can see the net profit has started calculating already. But I've not put expenses figure, so I'm putting this now. I'm putting, remember, net profit will program even the total expenses. As I put in, you can see the total expenses is changing, even when we're not finished. 50 to turn to 100, right? Sundry, let's give it 100. And let's give general 120. Just conclude that way. And you can see this is what it is. So when we do it like this, you can see that what we got our net profit, we got our gross profit. And sorry, I wanted to just, anyway, that is it. I want to, never mind. I wanted to actually just do that small margin stuff. But you know what? I think you get the idea from here because my space are finished. Bye.